Strategic deliberation. This is on an Imagination with the Healing Garden. Strategic deliberation is a phrase that I absolutely love. It is something that it's navigation, it's steering. It is when you become consciously aware. The next step after conscious awareness is strategic deliberation. This is where a lot of people hit awareness and then they are very much as if they are in the middle of the ocean on a life raft going, I have no idea where to go from here. Strategic deliberation is where you go from there. So you're in this state of complete obliviousness. And that's where a lot of us are for a good, well, up to the fourth and fifth level of consciousness. The first four levels of consciousness are unconsciousness. Once you receive that fifth and sixth level of consciousness, you become aware. As soon as you become aware, the oblivion ends. You enter into a state of conscious awareness, and then promptly we go nowhere and we drift. And there's a whole lot of ideas out there as to what should, what isn't, what is. There's trial and error. There's people saying they know, they should, they do. And now we have a mental health crisis. When you get into nutritional knowledge, one of the things you learn real quickly is strategic deliberation. Strategic strategy, deliberation with deliberate results, with deliberate intent. So it's strategic intentions. And it's using strategy on purpose to steer your awareness exactly where it is you need to go. Now, in order to have strategic deliberation, you're going to need a certain number of resources. We provide them for you at the Healing Garden. The first thing you're going to need is full education, nutritional knowledge, so that you understand the components, you understand what the subconscious mind is, all the parts of the subconscious mind, and then you're going to require a plan. We actually have a healing journey plan available for you. And once you have the plan, the full outline with that nutritional knowledge, now you can apply your strategic deliberation so that you can literally direct your life into whatever direction you want to go. Our number one agenda, our number one topmost agenda is providing you with the resources for full independence to cultivate who you are. And that's it. Full independence to cultivate who you are. We're not going to tell you who you are. We're going to give you the tools so that you can figure out who you are. We're not going to tell you what you should or shouldn't do. We're going to give you the tools so you can figure that out. We're not going to tell you what is right or wrong. We're going to tack on the words for you, and we're going to educate you so you can figure out what is right for you and what is wrong for you. We thrive on the concept of empowering you and encouraging you. Our mission is to get you into full independence. Once you understand that between the nutritional knowledge, the plan, and then strategic deliberation, with the concept of getting you to your independence so you can steer your life in whatever direction you want, it's a game changer. It's an absolute solid game changer. Strategic deliberation is the difference between wandering through life drifting and having a plan and knowing precisely where it is you want to go, or having the tools so that you can figure out where it is you want to go. This is vital to life success and prosperity. We are huge on making sure you prosper. That is our agenda, is your prosperity. In order for you to achieve prosperity, you're going to need resources, you're going to need tools, and as the nourishing mother, the alma mater that is the Healing Garden, it is our sole agenda to make sure you have those resources and that prosperity. The reason why is because the more you succeed, the more your resources and you become a viable asset to the Healing Garden. People are not resources, they are assets. That's a big difference. Big difference. We're going to talk about the difference between resources and assets. A resource is an inventory. It's something you have in your inventory that is accessible to you so that you can execute a job and get it done. You are not a resource. You're a people. If you insist that you're a resource, you are literally referring to yourself as a slave. A slave is a resource. You are not a slave. You have resources, but you are not a resource. Your brain is an idea generator. That makes you an asset. An asset is literally an idea generator. It is an income generator. It is the most valuable thing that you can possibly have within you. I cannot emphasize too enough how important an asset is. You don't sell your assets. You don't sell your assets. You hang on to your assets. You nourish your assets. You love your assets. You accumulate your assets. You really nourish the fuck out of your assets. And then you invest and you put as much as you can into your assets to make them healthier and nourish them even more. Every successful business owner will tell you this. You are not a resource. You are an asset, which means you are like sitting on the throne while I wash your feet for you, because you're an asset to the healing garden. You are highly valuable. So we make sure we treat you well and nourish you so that you do your best, so that you prosper. It's a win-win. You win, we win. So now your success is my invested interest, to the point where I'm going to include you in my own self-preservation. This is an ethic. This is intense. This is where self-preservation expands out to include a community and a network, so that the people within that network become the assets, so that you take care of them, you nourish them, you make sure they've got all the resources required. I want to make sure you have the best knowledge, the best resources, the best nutritional knowledge. I'm going to make sure that as much of this is free and available to you. That way you can flourish and be as successful as you can. That way you will go on to be successful, which raises value for what I'm offering here for you, yourself, the community, everybody. And when we're honest and transparent about all of this, it changes the game. It absolutely changes the game, which is why we're a tier 5 network, is because we're looking to make sure that you have the absolute most resources at your available disposal. That way you can make the best out of you, so you prosper. Your prosperity is 100% my business, because I have an invested interest. So when you understand, when you start changing the way you think about assets and resources, when you understand that your brain, your mind is an asset, now it really step back and ask the question, how well are you taking care of your asset? Are you putting nutritional knowledge inside that asset, or are you filling it with junk? And this is a huge, when you start to realize that your brain, your mind, literally increases in value based upon the kind of nutrition you feed it, based upon the kind of knowledge you feed it, it's a game changer. Suddenly you're more selective as to how you're going to educate yourself, what you're going to put in your brain, who you're going to listen to, which network you're going to plug into, which ones you're not going to plug into. So when you start using strategic deliberation to cherry pick a network, to figure out how a network can work for you, we're going to cover that in the next video. It's going to open up a massive amount of opportunity for you. It's a game changer. It's absolutely powerful. So we're going to go ahead and now cover this next, and how to make the most out of your network, how to ensure that your network is working for you. And we're also going to dive into skills versus instincts. This is big. Thank you so much. And may the kindest of words always find you.